I did it. I did it. I've done it again, quite frankly. I kept the secret. I knew about Colby. I did, guys. You always ask me Colby's business. I never tell you. But I try not to ask him. And if I, in the process of visiting with Colby, come across the information, I don't feel like it's right to come and tell it to anybody. I feel like that's how you end up the guy that he doesn't want to pick up the phone to. Now, I only share that because when I spoke to Colby last, he told me, man, I'm buckled down, I'm training, I'm the backup fight. He said, I think I'm going in. He said that. He said, I really don't know which one it is. I know there's rumors about Usman being hurt. He said, I don't think Leon wants to fight Usman any more than Usman wants to fight Leon. So I'm going to be ready for either one of them, but I'm in training. I'm getting prepared, and I think that is very relevant. You know, what Colby Covington is doing matters. Where Colby has been matters. There was a period of time where it was hard to hear about Colby and it was hard to hear about Masvidal, but something was going on like a court, like something in Florida, whatever that is. And it appeared that perhaps until whatever that is no more, that we weren't going to get them booked. And then all of a sudden we hear these rumors that Masvidal is getting offered Burns. And this was way back in December. Wonder Boy comes out. I mean, Wonder Boy was wildly helpful to Masvidal. I mean, Masvidal, if he sees Wonder Boy, needs to give him a hug. Go, hey, man, thank you. I mean, Wonder Boy's got a great voice. Everybody loves him. Doing a great job in the broadcasting world. Wonder Boy comes out and says, I think that Masvidal is going to get that fight. I hear that Usman's hurt. Masvidal's popularity alone, 3-piece in a soda. I think Masvidal is going to get that fight. I'm just saying, this was really helpful. But I had the scoop. It was Colby. And when I tell you it's a big deal, talking about Rakhmonov fighting for a championship, do you have any idea how fast it moves you up the line? Not just to be undefeated, not just to be 16-0, not just to have all finishes. Do you have any idea how fast it moves you up the line? If you could have one of two things, if you could be 16-0, or you could have Joe Rogan on record saying your next fight is for the championship. In the business, if you want to make money, if you want to move up the card, that one is a hell of a lot better. Rumor and talk that Chimaev is going to come back to 170. Rumor and talk that Chimaev is going to move up to 185. We don't know. We don't have very much clarity. This would have seemed like a perfect opportunity to bring Chimaev in, let him be the backup guy, keep him in shape, get his name out there. Keep his name out there. And that's not what happened. We had Colby. And if you go back just historically and you look at how well being a backup fighter worked for Michael Chandler, you look at his weight class and just look at how well it worked for Kamaru Usman. I think that you guys could really agree with me, and I just offer you those two names. You can go back and look at the history of the backup spot. It's coveted. It's a big deal. They gave it to Colby. We're told that Colby's hard to work with. We're told that Colby won't do certain fights. Well, he's the clearest number one contender the sport has, and whatever he's doing should be for the belt. And to prove that he's not scared of a guy, he just wants an opportunity, he showed up today in England willing in 24 hours notice to fight one of two guys. And nobody else wanted to fight at all. He's willing to fight either one of them on a day's notice. So that's going to change the way that you speak about chaos moving forward. I mean, right, so some guys can bang their chest and talk tough. They got to come out and prove it. He just did. He just did. You saw how well this worked out for Volkanovski. And I know that there's a lot of moving parts. I want to tell you Colby's the number one contender. I want to tell you he earned this and he deserved this and this announcement's going to tomorrow. Coming tomorrow. I want to do that. The outcome of this match matters. Kamaru Usman, Colby Covington, part 3. It's a hard thing to do. It just is. With only one fight being George Masvidal, in between that being a period of time. I get it. I'm not calling sour grapes. I don't love it. I don't know the point of being a number one contender if you don't get a fight for the championship. But I do understand it. So I think we've got a little bit of clarity. I think we got a little bit of clarity on Chimaev here. I think that could be a headline. I think the fact that Colby got the call to go and do, I think that tells us what Chimaev's doing. Makes him an 85-pounder, which is a very exciting proposition. There is no reason in the world to not put Chimaev and Nickel together right now. They won't do it. Chael can never get his way. There's no reason in the world not to. He's got to show himself up there somewhere. He's got to establish himself somewhere. What's Bo at now? He's at 3, 2 on the Contender Series, 1 big nut shot at what Chimaev at? He's at 3 also in that division. Isn't that right? 1 over in Fight Island. A missed weight in his last one. We'll call it that. And Gerald Merchant 3. I mean, don't I have that right? Aren't they 3 apiece? At any rate, I digress. But we got some big information, and as it does pertain to Colby, and it ain't over yet. He weighed in. He's licensed. They have not made that walk yet. There's a chance you're going to see Covington. I think it should have been built up. I think that there should be a bigger payoff. I'm doing my best to bring you guys, do what I can. I'm doing my best to bring you guys and make sure that we do give him the same respect that we give other guys that do the same thing. And we always, over here, always give them credit.